Hello friends, it's Astro here and welcome back to Shivery Timbers where there's a football match going on. How are we doing? Let's see. Current match, Shivery Timbers versus Lakefield FC. Look at all these games that we've won. I mean, we've won 120,000. We've made, I'm assuming that's $20,000 worth of ticket sales that we've made. So yeah, this thing's turned out to be rather profitable all told. Even with the $9,000 a week to help subsidise the youth persons in the area. But that's, you know, ticket prices nice and low. Everyone seems to be thrilled about it. And so am I. So am I. I wonder if we should have a quick look, though. Is there any crime? No, see, we didn't need to boost the police coverage in the area. It all seems to have taken care of itself, which is quite nice. So, where were we? We were filling out a few sections in this this lovely little town. And I think that what I'd like to do today is, well, let's get some, you know, let's get some additions in that are going to be a little bit timely. Our friends in the United States have, well, SpaceX. Let's just cut to the chase. Bloody SpaceX have done an amazing thing. They have gone ahead and they've built themselves, you know, a delightful little rocket by the name of Falcon 9. And then as time's gone along, they've built themselves a delightful little rocket, a delightful little space capsule. Oh, come on. Brush size. Good. Okay. Wow. A delightful little space capsule by the name of Dragon 2. And Dragon 2 is... So they had Dragon 1, and amusingly, Dragon 1 did have windows, even though it was a cargo-only spaceship, which was purely designed to transport cargo to the International Space Station, which I think is... ooh, jeez, that was a bit aggressive. Let's back that out and bring that strength down a little bit. So it was just like for cargo deliveries to the ISS. And basically, since then... They've been working long and hard at... Oh my giddy aunts. It's just risen up out of the ocean. I mean, look, technically I didn't need to do it out here. I could have done it... Oh dear. Oh, Elon. What have you done? Look what you've made me do. We're going to have to get the vacuum truck in here. He's just going to sit there and forlornly look at this and go, dude, that's now a harbour, okay? All of this, there's nothing. He's just driven into it. He's doing his thing. I mean, he's trying to locate the floodwater at the moment. It's okay though. It's okay. Look, it's dissipating now. I'll tell you what. Let's do this. There we are. And it. Oh my god, that's actually literally been destroyed. Huh. Oh, hang on. Is this the disaster response helicopter? It is. Searching for survivors. Oh god. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm ready for rebuilding. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry, guys. I really didn't mean to do that. Oh my god, it's coming again. I really didn't think that was going to happen. Or more accurately, I really just didn't think. I tell you what, though. That's a fairly rushy sort of speed that we've got going on there. Let's have a look at that, and let's have a look at this. Oh yeah, that's cranking through. I wonder. Can we do this? It's only going to produce 32 megawatts, but what happens if I do this? Pearl Road, it's going to be. And it's going to get immediately flooded, but that's okay. It's okay, it'll figure it out. I hope. It'll figure it out, and then... Yeah. Power output, 128 megawatts. You lied to me, video game. You lied to me. But, that's pretty cool. Get a cheeky little power plant in there while we're at it. But, the thing that I really wanted to do... because, where were we? We were talking about the Dragon space capsule, weren't we? So yeah, the guys built this lovely spaceship, which has been sort of, you know, in development and design for quite some time. Everything's been really lovely. And then, I don't know if you were all watching, but there was an awesome launch that I actually did plan on watching live and then got totally distracted by something else, which, you know, I feel a little bit bad about, quite frankly. I really wanted to watch that, that launch as it went off. What am I looking for? Unique buildings. That's it. And, oh, I have not made this anywhere near big enough. Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. Alright, a little bit more landscaping is required. And yes, so, they launched this big bad boy the other day. So, it stayed in orbit for, it stayed in orbit for 5 days, or on orbit, as the actual term is. It was docked to the International Space Station. And it docked all by itself, which is pretty cool. The existing Dragon spaceships, like the Dragon 1 spaceships, when they were carrying cargo up, they would get up and get close to the ISS, and then they would they'd use the Canadarm, which is like a robotic arm. And funnily enough, but you know, by the name, it was designed in Canada, and they would use that to sort of grab the spaceship and drag it up to the docking port. But this time, nope. It was all automated. It was all just like, yep, did its thing, docked up. They had the 0G indicator, which I thought was delightful. It was a, the 0G indicator was actually just like a little toy planet Earth with arms and legs. It was very cute. But they just, oh my god, I've got more to go, guys. I've got more to go. I'm gonna have to keep tweaking this out. Here we go. Here we go. We may as well. If this is just this huge man-made island that we're making to act as our sort of Cape Canaveral. Well, Cape Canaveral isn't really a man-made island like this. It's more of I guess a bayou? I don't know. Tell me in the comments below. But yeah, SpaceX actually launched that rocket from the same launch pad that Apollo 11 launched from at Kennedy Space Center, which I think is pretty cool. I think it's pretty rad that they're still utilizing that launch pad, which was, you know, so iconic in the history of spaceflight. So we gotta go. Hang on, we gotta go this way. We gotta go out this way. There we have it. We'll have a little corridor there, a little canal that can be just basically ignored. This bit here I can probably scooch back in once I figure out where I'm going to place this bloody asset. Is it big enough yet? Cannot build on water. There we have it. There we have it. Look at that. Okay, and now let's get back into here, and then let's drag this down a little bit. Right, so we can have this smoothed off, and then smooth it around like this. Oh, that's just making it square. Okay, let's just smooth a few little spots here and there. But I don't want to get it too close to the building asset itself, because I don't want it to go, you know, too edgy like this. In fact, I might even pull this just out a little tiny bit, just to have it a little bit more au naturel. There we go. And this is still, I think, functioning. Okay, it's doing 32 megawatts now. That's fine. That's just a little extra power that we can add into our grid for everyone else to use. Why not? Why not, I say. Cool. So can we scooch this to... Because what I really want is for you to get to here and then to... Oh. Bloody, I need to turn off autosave on this game. It gets a little bit confuzzled sometimes. And there we go. I mean, that kind of looks trash, but it's fine. It's totally fine. This is... Let's go... Dragon Road. There we go. And this is the huge ChirpX vehicle assembly building, which is terrifyingly close to the pad, quite frankly. But that's okay. So Bluebird Heavy 1 is currently... What's this? Past launch operations. Bluebird Heavy 1. cancelled. Well, I'm not sure how you would have done that, considering we didn't even have un rocket. What rocket colour do we want? I want it to be red. Bright, stinking red. Excellent. Okay, cool. Can be launched after the launch preparations are completed. So, what do I do to make this happen? Is it just going to cost me $2,400 a month and it'll do its thing? I've been meaning to do this for a very long time and have never quite gotten around to it. Okay, apparently they need some water though, but that's fine. We can pipe over some delightful hot water for them. We get that all the way over, I don't know, I guess like that. Beautiful. And it's all heated, including the launch tower, which is fine. We are probably just going to need to double check this electrometricity here. Okay, cool. So they've basically got this self-sustaining power source in the, you know, in this hydroelectric dam, which is, now that I look at it, it is not generating any power now. All of a sudden, this bay has basically just it's turned from a river into a nothing. A nothing at all. Which is odd. There was oh. Oh, that's interesting. It's kind of bounced back that way? Huh. Fascinating. I seem to have broken the water mechanics by putting a dam in there. Okay. What happens if I delete this then? Is the water gonna start back up again? It's gonna create a dimple. It'll go wibbly wobbly for a bit. And it'll probably, quite frankly, flood Alf's Harbour again. I'm sorry, Alf. I shouldn't be messing around with the water mechanics in this game. They are a dangerous thing to play with. See, now it's flowing again. Or is it just because it's trying to fill up the space that I just made? Okay. So there is, yeah, it's I guess it's just that there's like a gentle current, and then by putting that there I made like a little lock sort of thing. So this is now slowly leveling out again. So I guess the current is there, but it's just not enough to really make it a viable dam location. Or at least not in the long term. In the short term, you know, it does the thing, and it definitely makes some energy in the short term, but it's not enough in the long term to actually be useful. Okay, I think we need a bunch of, like, bushes and things around the ChirpX site, and they can just sort of be dotted around. Can we have this cranked up, please? There we go. We'll have these just sort of splashed around like this. Just little bushes. Happy little bushes. All the way around the outside. Just to make a little bit of visual loveliness. We can have some trees with leaves as well, I suppose. Just out here on the end and around on this road here. Out and around it down here. There we go. Just dot a couple in. Give it a little bit of flavour. What do we want elsewise? I think we can probably have a couple of, maybe not big trees. We'll have a couple of alders. A couple of alders, just to give this a little bit of texture behind the launch building here. Because I don't want it to just be like plain rocks. Plain rocks are kind of boring. It needs to have just a little bit of something to make it have a little bit of variety, a little bit of niceness. And then, just for giggles, let's have a shipwrecked boat that can be, I don't know, like, what does that look like? That looks absolutely pathetic. Can we move it? Let's move it. Let's bring it down and then down. As long as it doesn't deform the rocks, I'm happy. And then, can I rotate it? Oh, I can. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's almost what we want. Just a little bit further down, I think. Oh, yeah. Oh, ooh. All right. There we go. so the water can lap over the top of it. It's just sitting there, crunched up against the edge there. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Maybe a few rocks as well. Should we have a couple of rocks? A couple of cheeky little rocks in here. Let's go. Where are the rocks living? They're in here. What are these? Buildings, net structures, and props. Props? Ooh. Fallen trees and things. Nah, I just want some rocks, mate. Are there any rocks? Net. What the heck is a net structure? Oh, I see wall ruins and things. Uh-huh, right. Boulders. Ooh. This is pretty good. I'm happy with this. We'll have a couple of varied little boulders going here and there. Just dotted around the edge of the waterway. Just to add a little bit of flavor. The texture is kind of warping, and actually that looks kind of trash, doesn't it? Maybe we can get a couple of these ones in, just to add a little bit of visual flair, right? And I'll have like another one here. We'll just merge a couple of these together, just to make it so that they don't look quite so disjointed, because they do kind of look a bit wonk at the moment, don't they? In fact, they look quite wonky no matter which way I slice it. Okay, let's get rid of those. Not happy with any of that. The boat's fine. The boat can stay. Get rid of the rock. It's just a random boat, plonked right in the middle there, for no particular reason other than I think it looks fun. I think it's fun to have a random boat just donked there doing its thing. Okay, cool. So let's let this guy... They are building the rocket at the moment. We'll let that guy do its thing, and we'll come back and check on that later on. But anyway, the whole point of that was, congratulations, SpaceX, on a successful launch, docking, and splashdown, which happened, this morning. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked for you guys, and yeah, look forward to a new era of manned space flights, the ISS. And then, who knows what from there, right? What's going to happen? Like, ooh. Ah, hello. We won a game. We've won 6 games running. Like, no one can stand up to Shivery Timbers FC getting into things down at the Tom de Dome. I'm pretty thrilled about how those guys are doing. I'll tell you what. I think the next thing that we need to do, right? I'm pretty stoked about the ChirpX site. I think that actually looks pretty good there. Just sticking out. Doing its thing. I might get rid of that little nubbin of road. Sorry, guys. I don't know where you think you were going, but get rid of that little nubbin of road. We might put the dam back in again, but, I mean, last time I popped it in, it seemed to do well, and then immediately stopped. So we'll let it go for now. I think maybe the next thing I want to do is to just, like, expand into this zone here, right? We've got this little services road here, but I kind of feel like I'd like... to modify this and then make this a lovely, massive, just like huge suburbia. Yeah? So this whole, this section down here we can keep sort of bringing up and making more and more dense, but I want to go out to these outlying areas, like maybe even all the way up this way. Is that a little hill up there? Let's go into cinematic mode. I wonder if there's oh, look up here. Look up here. We could have a ski resort up that way. Or maybe over there. I think that'd be nice to have like a little ski resort up on the top of that. And then like mountain houses coming all the way down. And then, you can drive on down the highway and get into the city center to go to like your office job or, to go shopping in one of the big commercial zones that are over, where is it, there? In the B area? I can't remember exactly. It's been too long since I've, dove directly in. Yeah, these ones. The super pharmacy. There's a huge organic food market here. A massive supermarket. Oh, man. A drugstore 2.0. And M&H clothing, which is pretty rad. Is this empty yet? It is still emptying. Okay. Because I want to get rid of that. That's the last thing that's causing pollution in there. But... Yeah, what do you reckon? Slowly start working our way up the hill this way, making this lovely, you know, maybe not all wibbly wobbly. Maybe I can have some bits that are a bit gritty. And we'll plan out a couple of suburbs up this way. I think that'll be fun. I think that'll be nice. Anyway, friends, thank you very much for joining me. I do hope that you enjoyed this episode and that you tune in for the next one after getting a notification because of your subscription and all those sort of things. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. And yeah, thanks for joining in. I'll see you next time.